What if the ordinary quarter sitting in your pocket right now is carrying a secret from one of the most desperate nights in American history? Look closer. That small silver disc isn't just change. It's a frozen moment from December 1776 when a freezing river and a handful of exhausted men decided the fate of a nation. And the one you're holding might be more than history. It might be quietly valuable. This is the 1999 New Jersey quarter. At first glance, it looks like every other state quarter, but collectors know better. They know this coin hides details most people walk past without noticing. They know condition can turn pocket change into something worth far more than 25 cents. And they know the story stamped on its reverse still has the power to stop you cold. Let's start where the coin itself begins, on the face of George Washington. The familiar profile stares left, the same portrait that has appeared on quarters since 1932. Liberty. In God we trust. The date 1999, and just below Washington's neck, a tiny letter that changes everything. The mint mark. On this particular coin, it is a clear D. That single letter tells you it was struck in Denver. Most people never notice it. Collectors always do. Flip the coin. The reverse explodes with drama. Washington stands in a boat, cloak whipping in the wind, troops straining against ice and current. The scene is the famous crossing of the Delaware River on Christmas night, 1776. Above the image, New Jersey, 1787. Below it, Crossroads of the Revolution. And at the bottom, the year this quarter entered circulation, 1999. New Jersey earned that title the hard way. After the Declaration of Independence, the war swung back and forth across its soil like a deadly pendulum. Trenton, Princeton, Monmouth. More battles and skirmishes happened here than almost anywhere else. The state truly was the crossroads. When Washington risked everything by crossing that river, he chose New Jersey as the stage for a surprise attack that shocked the British and saved the Revolution from collapse. The designers of this quarter understood the weight of that moment. They didn't just put a pretty picture on metal. They captured motion, cold determination, and the thin line between defeat and survival. Look at the oars cutting through ice. Look at the flag still flying. Look at the men leaning into the storm. Every line was chosen to make you feel the night, not just remember the date. Most people never notice the finer details. The way the boat sits low in the water, the subtle folds in Washington's cloak, the tiny figures of soldiers packed tightly together. These are the things collectors study under magnification. They are also the first things to wear away when a coin spends years in pockets and cash registers. That is why condition is everything. A 1999 New Jersey quarter in average circulated shape is still just 25 cents. But the same coin graded mint state 67 or higher by a professional service can bring serious collector interest. Full original luster, sharp strikes, and clean surfaces turn an everyday piece into a desirable historical object. Denver and Philadelphia both produced millions of these quarters, so they are not rare in the absolute sense. Yet truly pristine examples, especially those with strong eye appeal, are far harder to find than most people realize. That scarcity of high-grade pieces is what drives real value. Collectors feel something deeper than numbers. Holding this coin is like holding a tiny window into the coldest, most uncertain night of the war. You can almost hear the ice cracking against the wooden hull. You can almost feel the exhaustion in those men's arms. That emotional connection is why people keep searching change jars and bankrolls years after the state quarters program ended. They are not only hunting metal, they are hunting a feeling. There are no legendary rare errors officially recognized on this particular design that turn ordinary examples into six-figure treasures. Claims of dramatic mint mistakes usually fall apart under scrutiny. What does exist are the quiet differences that matter. Sharp versus soft strikes, full versus partial details on the boat and figures, and the presence or absence of contact marks that destroy eye appeal. Serious collectors learn to see these differences instantly. The rest of us often miss them completely. That is the real hidden story of the 1999 New Jersey quarter. It is common enough that anyone can own one. It is historically rich enough that anyone can feel something when they look at it. And it is condition-sensitive enough that the difference between a worn pocket piece and a high-grade specimen can be dramatic. Imagine standing on the banks of the Delaware on that December night. The river is black and filled with floating ice. The temperature is brutal. The army is starving, unpaid, and close to dissolving. Washington gives the order anyway. Hours later at Trenton, the Hessians are caught by surprise. The victory is small in numbers but enormous in meaning. Momentum returns, hope returns. The revolution lives. That entire sequence of events is compressed into the metal in your hand. Every time you see the boat and the men and the flag, you are looking at the moment the war refused to die. So the next time you receive change, pause for half a second, check the reverse. If you see Washington in that boat, look for the mint mark. Look at the condition. Look at the details most people ignore. You might be holding a piece of the crossroads of the revolution that still has something left to give. What do you think when you look at this coin? Does the crossing scene still move you? Or has it become just another quarter? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you have one of these in high grade sitting in a drawer, tell us about it. The story of this coin is still being written, one careful look at a time.